What is belting? The word belting is an English expression coming from the phrasal verb to belt out. You might know the expression to belt out. Also in the English language, you will find the term belt without the out in reference to squeeze a belt around the waist, fasten your seat belt, blowing below the belt and others, which has absolutely nothing to do with the use of your belt voice. In connection to the voice, the explanation of belting refers only to a strong voice or an intense form of song expression, but without any details. Belting is a singing technique used in musical, pop, soul, rock music, and other jazz-related genres. It creates a belting or smashing sound. Originally, belting was a stage singing technique of the classical Broadway musical, used to create a loud tone in a way that the vocal sound is different from a classical tone production and the sound of an operatic voice. Ethel Merman was known for her voice power, even in her later years. The more the musical genre distanced itself from the operetta, the more belting was demanded, and today pop music or a modern musical without belting is hard to imagine. I believe that when a singer belts out a song, it not only means that the singer is giving everything to sound the voice as loud and strong as possible. More than that, the singer connects that unique sound to a specific feeling that the singer wishes to share with the audience. For example, let's take a scream. Oh no, certainly not. A typical scream is something rather unpleasant. A pop music scream from someone like Christina Aguilera, for example, is not. Why? What makes the difference? Screaming from the throat thus generally not taking profit from our resonating cavities. On the other hand, a belt sound takes advantage of these and creates a free and powerful sound with free vibrating intensive tones. In belting, the voice color of the chest voice is brought up as far and used by singing upwards as long and intensively as possible without forcing. Don't pull up your chest voice. Doing so is dangerous and voice-damaging misinterpretation of that technique. Whereas in classical singing, women use the chest voice function in a much lighter way. With men, belting only becomes interesting in the higher range. Men sound an octave lower anyway, which means that the use of the chest register is more intense than it is for women's chest register. For my taste, a technically correct produced note of a classical tenor sounds nearly belted. For example, if you isolate a high note from Luciano Pavarotti away from the musical context, the sound will appear somewhat groovy. Many people believe that it is not necessary to learn a classical voice placement for belting. You even can read that in some books and articles. That statement is not precisely correct. To be honest, just the opposite would be more likely the case. Without a perfect pitch, a well-trained voice, without passaggio problems, with at least a 2-octave range, you should not even attempt a belting technique. That does not mean you need first classical training. However, for good results in modern vocal training, the right pitch, proper breathing, and support are essential, and you must have an absolute priority at the very beginning. Who does not wish to start a founder training should only choose some simple-to-reach songs, all notes placed in the easily reachable vocal range, and be satisfied. But for those who are willing to learn, the work starts now to get serious.